Brilliant. So we're recording now. So it's just gone 3:30 p.m. UK time, 20th of March. Dollar index to begin with, still at these highs, still within that leg there. We've still got that there. Nothing has changed. Okay. We've had that bullish candle closure earlier on today, potentially running for the highs. Where could we run into? As we discussed earlier on as well, that level there, that daily imbalance. Okay. But we've still got the opportunity and we've still got the possibility to potentially drop down into here first before we do anything. Okay. So what we are going to go over now, sorry about that. What we're going to go over now is GJ. GJ, nothing really to report on, to be honest. Obviously, we tapped into that area that we had marked on. Nothing is worth looking at the moment, in my opinion, on GJ. I'm just going to, like I said before, let it do its thing. All right. GU, we can discuss our positions on GU. So they're both in profit now, in some really good profit. So this one is just nearly 16 pips in profit, which takes it to a 0.78 so far. Obviously, our target is there, 127,200, which would give us a 1.2R. We've got that running there, which would give us a 3R. Targeting that. Okay, and as we discussed as well earlier on, we could be taking partials there as well to potentially run it to the highs. Where could we run it to? Well, let's have a look. So if we just copy and paste that over to there. Let's go over to this time frame, drag it out. Oh, sorry. Move that back up there. If we remember, it was 1284 was the TP. Yeah, 6.34R. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens on that one. But yeah, first TP on this one. Hopefully it does get hit because, like I say, we are in profit now. We're not break even on this one just yet. We're break even on this one though. So we're free of risk on this one. It came close to our entry. Let's actually have a look to the exact pip. It came 2.6 pips from stopping us out at entry. And then we've obviously had a nice reversal. So yeah, just leaving that there. I'm going to personally take full profit on this position at this price, 127,200. I'm going to leave this one running. Or if what you wanted to do is maybe take profit at that area on this one as well, if you wanted to, which would give you a total of, so you got 1.5 there, 1.2 there, so 2.7R in total. If you wanted to do it that way, you could take full TP there. So again, 2.7R is not too bad, but I'm personally going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go for the 3R on that. Because remember, if we just copy and paste that over to here, that's that area there, right? A nice daily level there, right? So that's what I'm looking for on GU. So yeah, so far so good. And you can see why the patience is very, very important. Very, very important because look, we've had to sit through that, and we was once. This was yesterday. We was 2R up at one point, and then it came down 2.6 pips away from our entry, and away we've gone. Obviously, the market still could do its thing. It still could do whatever, but from where we are now, it is looking like it will hit that, and like I say, hopefully it does. But yeah, like I say, the patience is so crucial within this industry. Similar to any business, I guess, as well. You know, you got to be patient with things. USD CAD, nice 4-hour rejection from there, like we said earlier on. Nothing of interest for me personally. So yeah, like I say, I'm just waiting for that. So I said that on the last live. I'm just waiting for that. Okay. So if we go into euro dollar, got that daily imbalance down there, the ultra small one. Yeah. So that's worth keeping on there. Obviously, we are here now, going on the 4 hour. The nice thing about this is, in my opinion, it's just building liquidity above this imbalance. That's what it looks like it's doing, in my opinion. So we'll have to see what happens on that one. So gold, beautiful spike into the high there. On the 4 hour, obviously we've got 1 hour and 22 minutes left, but currently we've come back beneath water. We've come back below this. So price didn't want to be up here for very long. Daily, this would be the next point of call. If we close below there today, then in my opinion, we could be coming down lower just by reading the candles. Okay, so obviously we closed below that one there. We come down lower. That's our newfound support, quote support. If we close below there, obviously it wicked into it yesterday, used it, it's come back up. So yeah, like I say, if we close below this now, or in 5 hours and 21 minutes, then chances are gold could come down lower. 4 hour, obviously that's the new level there, that blue line. We've used this, so this box is just taken from that 4 hour candle. That's all that is. Nice and simple. Before that volume push, look what price did. Respected, volume push. Respected, volume push. Break down, use it as resistance, and we're currently doing the same thing now. So the nice thing about this is we've just took that liquidity there if we are to go short. But yeah, like I say, we've got 1 hour, 21 minutes of this 4 hour candle to close. So we still could close up here. It still could be a bullish candle. So we'll have to see. So I know imbalance is what is known as fair value gap. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah, fair value gap, void, inefficiencies is the word that Henry uses, I'm pretty sure. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We can have a look at the 1 hour, but oh, sorry. Nice 1 hour rejection there. Look at that. Pinned it. Closed back low, back below. Yeah, very nice. 15-minute wise, I was going to say we're bullish, but we're actually not, because I was going to say if we would have closed above that high, then that would be a break of market structure. But so far, what we can identify is that could be a liquidity sweep just by paying attention to the wicks. Yeah, so that is that. Let's have a look. Okay, so euro yen, let's have a look at that. I hope that, by the way, answers your questions or any questions you have on gold. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, please feel free to let me know and we will go through it. But yeah, the fact that we've took out that high, there's a high chance we're going to close below this low, in my mind, gives us opportunity to now potentially trend to the downside or just drop. But I don't think it could do that. Obviously, it could do that, but I don't think it will do that, personally. There is any potential buy on gold. So if we're looking to buy, what I can identify is this, right? So if we're looking at it from a buy perspective, what would be favourable of the buys is, first of all, we've wicked into this, let's not forget. This was the prominent high. So we've wicked into that. We've also, as we said earlier on, if we're looking at patterns, we've also created an inverse head and shoulders. Again, that's not something I use, but it is a candle pattern, a market pattern. We know that. Obviously, it's done that. This would be the right shoulder, of course. We've also come into that there, and we've actually had a closure on it or above it. We've not closed below it. Let's have a look at volume. Again, volume isn't something I necessarily use all of the time, but it's sometimes good to use and keep an eye on, because sometimes you can actually spot false moves by using it. So what I mean by that is sometimes you'll have, like, I'll just draw an example on here. Sometimes you'll have, let's call this a bullish candle, right? But if you align that candle with the volume at the bottom, it might be very low. So if we're coming into a premium, say there's a leg like that, for example, and we've got a Fibonacci and we've got a big bullish candle in there with little volume, we can identify the fact that that's potentially a false candle and we could potentially come down. So that's just one way of using it. So obviously, so far, this is a bullish candle, so it's looking blue at the bottom. If that goes bearish, it's going to be black. That's just the settings that I've set it to, but the main point is bullish and bearish. So if this closes like that now, how it is, looking at the size of the candle, it doesn't look big, but bringing the volume up can tell us a different story. Yeah, I hope that made sense in the way that I just explained that. Again, I don't use it too often, but it can be useful. It's not always 100% either. Obviously, we all know that with trading, but it can be useful sometimes. But yeah, that's just the volume. Yeah, so to answer your question, to summarize that would be a potential buy area. If we go down into, let me just copy and paste this over to the right hand side. So again, using the concepts and techniques, what I would want to see is a 3-pin. So if we go to the 30-minute, we've had a 3-pin, but the entry would have been up there, which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. 3-pin on the 1 hour. But yeah, based off the fact we just took that high liquidity, I don't really like where gold is in general, to be honest, because it could go either way. It could go either way. I mean, one thing that still is true and still is intact is the fact that we are still in bearish 4-hour structure, because that's still our range from the high down into the low. So what we've now done potentially is now just achieved a slightly deeper premium to then potentially come down lower. But yeah, I'd say one major factor that would hold this where it is the fact that we have this, to be honest. Because obviously, that's a very, very strong level, because from there, the same day, we obviously came up, the same day, we dropped 1,288 pips. So clearly there's some value there. Yeah, obviously we've had some nice daily wicks into it as well. So from a higher time frame perspective, that is a nice area of quote support. But yeah, obviously from a 4-hour, we're bearish. I would say personally, this candle would tell a lot in the story, this current candle now. I think it really would, because the reason why I say that is because as price has come into this, this was the only candle, or this area is the only candle that's tapped that so far. And as we've done that, we've now created a support. Obviously, we created a support there, but price closed below. But at that point in time, it hadn't revisited this area. So the moment it did the moment it did revisit that area, obviously we are now living in that now. So this is the newfound support. So it would be very, very interesting as to what this candle does and where it closes in 5 hours time. Okay. But let's not forget that we've got FOMC in just over 2 hours time, which obviously is going to move the market significantly, or move the dollar anyway, or move at anything that's sort of correlated with those markets. So yeah, that could either send it one way or the other, very aggressively, I would say. But yeah, I'd say for now, just see what this candle does and where it closes, for sure. So euro yen, still at the highs. Nothing to talk on there, to be honest. Just going to wait for this area or that area, and then I'll base my decision from there, depending on what price action gives us. Just going to check on GU again. Okay, very, very nice still. So talking about 3 pins, we've had a 4 hour 3 pin there. If we close like we are now in 1 hour time, in 1 hour and 11 minutes time, we'll have then formed another 4 hour 3 pin in our favor of the longs. So yeah, so far so good with the trades. But yeah, that's about it. So that wraps up Wednesday, the 20th of March. So I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll be back tomorrow to update on our analysis and trades and all of that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, for those of you that are watching live, and we shall see you tomorrow. So thank you. Take care.